Hi, it's James Shokin, host of Webcomics Reviews and Interviews. Today we're all about convention security, so sit back, relax, and let the Geek Fest begin. When it comes down to convention security, it's basically going to come down to two different areas. You're going to worry about your personal security, that is, making sure that you and those with you aren't attacked, or if they are attacked, they can get away from the situation, and your inventory back on Artist Alley. In essence, you just want to basically make sure that you're going to have fun and that you're pretty much secure. The good news for you is that most conventions have a decent security system in place. What between the various guards and the various cameras all over the place, it's actually really difficult to actually do anything to anybody on the actual floor. Obviously, the convention has a vested interest in making sure that everybody has fun, and basically making sure everybody is protected is part of making sure everybody has fun. You just don't want to get the reputation for being the convention where people are attacked and stolen from on a regular basis. It's just not that good thing. However, keep in mind that ultimately you yourself are responsible for your own personal security. Yeah, it's great to have guards that you can depend on, but at the same time, by the time the guards are able to muster a force and actually get there, odds are the deed has been done, and we want to prevent that deed from being done absolutely possible. So with that in mind, here's some really quick basics. As far as personal security goes, there's four basic things to keep in mind here. First off, make sure you dress for security. A lot of cosplayers go in there with really incredibly great outfits, but some people don't go in there with the most security conscious outfits. You want to basically make sure all straps are tied down, that it's still comfortable to get around with, and that it doesn't really slow you down. You want to be able to actually run in this thing if it's absolutely necessary. A lot of people, however, will do really weird things. Like I said, they'll go in there with some ridiculous straps, helmets that get in their way of seeing things, and the shoes. You have to realize that your shoes are a primary personal security device. You want to be comfortable in them, you want to be able to move in them, and you definitely want to be able to be on your feet all day. You don't want to be in a pair of shoes that's painful, uncomfortable, or otherwise is going to slow you down. Yeah, I'm telling you to avoid high heels and a few other shoes. But definitely make sure that you can move in whatever shoes you end up choosing. Okay? Two, make sure that you have some sort of personal security device. I don't care if it's a taser, pepper spray, or even a rolled up bunch of quarters. You want something that you can grab immediately and will aid in your defense. Keep in mind, you don't necessarily want to be able to attack someone or basically knock them out. You just want to give yourself a chance to get away and get to a point of safety. This is why pepper spray and tasers are pretty cool. They allow you to basically get one shot off, and then you get the heck out of there. The rolled up bunch of quarters is a great backup item, but you really want to debate it. And no, try to avoid firearms, knives, and brass knuckles. Yes, they sound really cool, but a lot of jurisdictions and definitely a lot of conventions prohibit their use. So keep that in mind when you're packing. Or yes, rather not packing. Go figure. Three, make sure that you're always in the public eye. Yeah, I know sometimes you're going to want to get away from the public eye for more, shall we say, intimate encounters, in which case I'm definitely going to suggest taking up some self-defense classes. But if you can stay in a position where the security cameras are watching you, where the security guards are pretty much a scream away, you're pretty much golden. I mean, there's still the possibility of an attack, don't get me wrong. But at that point, one high-pitched scream is going to get all those security guards coming to your area immediately. So try to keep where everybody can see you. And of course, keep in teams. You're going to find that people try to avoid other groups in numbers. They're looking for the stragglers, they're looking for lone wolves, they're looking for people all by themselves and vulnerable. If you can avoid putting on that air, you're good to go. So definitely keep in teams. As far as your stuff on Artist Alley go, however, you're going to basically have to trust to the most part to the actual convention security. Yeah, it'd be really cool if you could put everything into a vehicle overnight and then bring it out the next morning, but let's get real. Some of us carry a couple of tons of stuff around, and that's what we're trying to sell. 1,000 books is actually going to come out to basically a full actual ton by itself. So moving in and out of the vehicle sounds great, but it's not really actually feasible, not especially not if you're trying to have a little bit of fun as a convention. You don't want to be in a position where you're basically selling all day, moving stuff into a vehicle, and then basically being too tired to really do anything, and then getting up the next morning to basically take it out and then restock everything. Sounds great, but you definitely want to try to avoid that. So you're going to have to trust the convention security. However, while you're actually selling, keep in mind that if you're friends with everybody around you, everybody can more or less keep an eye on what's going on at each other's tables, and therefore can basically tell people that something's being stolen or otherwise being messed with. So definitely make friends with those around you. Also, make sure that whatever you put on your display area, that is a table right in front of you, is stuff that you can have stolen and not really miss. This is great for freebies, display samples, basically stuff that you don't really care about. And yeah, once you put it out there, you're going to have to realize that there's possibility it's going to get stolen by somebody who's going to be fleet of foot, and it's going to simply grab whatever they can. So therefore, any actual valuable items should be behind a table, preferably behind you on a display wall or within easy grasp, but not on the table itself. With that in mind, you should actually be able to sell pretty much everything you bring, so good luck on that. Bottom line here is when you go to a convention, keep in mind that you're responsible for most of your security. You can take advantage of the convention security, sure, but the bottom line is you're the one responsible for your own personal security. Keep that in mind, keep an eye out, and when possible, work at some sort of group situation, and you should be fine. I'm not going to say a 100% guarantee, but at least you've upped the odds in your favor. So have fun, keep an eye out, and just enjoy yourself, because that's what you're there for, right? Thank you, and have a good evening.